The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Kason Miller. I'm so excited to be with you guys tonight, and I'm thankful that you are able to take time out of your busy schedule. And trust me, I do not take your time and attention for granted. What I wanted to do tonight is to go over what a leisure life is. You were invited here by a friend, a family member, or a colleague, or business associate to take a deeper look and have a deeper understanding of what a leisure life is and what it can offer you and how you can benefit. So let's just jump right into this. I want to share a couple of concepts with you. So imagine that you and I, we're just sitting down, we're having a cup of coffee or grabbing a Coke, eating a bagel or something, and we're having a conversation. And I just simply want to ask you a question. What would you do if you had more time? I mean, honestly, think about the question, not in a superficial way, but really think about this question. What would you do if you had more time? Would you go, enjoy the outdoors more? Would you go hiking or hunting or fishing more? Would you go up to the mountains and skiing or snowboarding more? Would you want to take the family down to the beach or to those vacation, or getaways that you don't have the time to do, the things that you'd want to be able to do? What are the things The question is, what are the things that you would do if you had more time? Now I want you to ask yourself this question. What are the things that you would do if you had more money? And a lot of times people would think, if I had more money, well, then definitely I'd travel more, I'd vacation more, I'd upgrade my home or my lifestyle more, I'd get out of debt, I'd spend more time with the family. I wouldn't have to work as much. I'd take the family to Disneyland or Disney World, or we'd go on that cruise or that vacation, that getaway. What are the things that you would do if you had more time and you had more money? And the reason why I want to start this way is because ask yourself now the follow-up question. What limits you, and why do you not have time and money? Most people don't have time and money because they're too busy working a job or a traditional, their traditional career. Because if they don't work that career, they won't have the money to just get by, pay bills. So what if we can show you a way that would get you more time to experience the things that you want to do and have more money to be able to do the things that you want to do? Hey, that's what a leisure life really is. So let me kind of change gears and talk to you about a couple of companies that I know that you've heard of. Okay, have you ever heard of Netflix, Dropbox, Uber? Okay, Direct TV, Sprint. I mean, these are companies that are fairly well known. They're not relatively new, and almost all of them came to the game late. What does that mean? Netflix. How did Netflix change the industry that they're in? They changed the industry that they're in not by putting more attractive actors in the movies, not by creating a better script for the movie. They changed the movie industry by creating a better experience. I mean, think about Blockbuster. They put Blockbuster almost completely out of business because it's just a better experience for their customers. It's a ease of opportunity for Netflix providers than going to Blockbuster. Think about Uber. Uber has put taxi cab companies almost completely out of business. Why? Because of a give 10, get 10. You refer me to Uber, I get a $10 discount. When I use that discount, you get a $10 credit on your next cab. So Uber doesn't own a single cab, but yet they're one of the largest taxi companies in the world and had an evaluation a few years ago of almost $100 million of $100 million evaluation. I mean, think about Dropbox. Dropbox has an evaluation of over $10 billion, and they built their entire platform off of a referral model. What do I mean by a referral model? You refer me to Dropbox, I get a free online storage, or I get a deal or a package or for a great service. You refer me and you get more online storage, you get more credit, you get more benefit. Direct TV, same scenario. What are these companies all doing is they're capitalizing on the word of mouth of its users, of its customers, the people that have had good experiences. They like the model, they like the product, they like the platform, and because of that, they're willing to share it. It's called word of mouth advertising. It's one of the best ways that companies can deeply penetrate into their market because of an experience that an individual had. So let's think about how this relates to a leisure life. A leisure life and their three co-founders have vast experience in the travel industry, and their previous company, of some of the founders of what they ran, had an evaluation of $4 billion and managed over 7,000 employees, and that company was sold for over $800 million. Okay, so vast experience in the travel vacation industry. And now let's go back to the question that I asked you in the very beginning. What would you do if you had more time and you had more money? 9 out of 10 people would say, I'd vacation more, I'd travel more, I'd spend more time with the family, I'd do the things that I want to do. The other people would say things like, well, I'd get out of debt. I'd want to be able to, pay off my bills and make a living so that I could enjoy my quality of life. Think about the travel industry for a minute. The vacation, travel, leisure industry is estimated to be a $16 trillion market by 2025. Currently, it's an $8 trillion market. So it's massive. So people are participating in this market all the time, regardless. How do you capitalize on it? You simply capitalize on it by redirecting the revenue that people are already spending in the public market through companies like Trivago, Expedia, Kayak, Priceline. I mean, there's dozens of them, you all know them. What do I mean by public market? Public market means that it gives you access by the public domain. It's basically a travel agency that the general public has access to. Except nowadays, they don't really work like a travel agency because you don't really have any personal connection. You don't really know who you're dealing with or talking to. And it's mostly you book it online. What that means is that those companies, they find the wholesale price of travel, then they mark it up so that they make a profit when you book it through those websites. And, it all comes down to this. All of those websites are owned by two companies. They're owned by either Expedia or Priceline. Every single one of them. And then when you go out and search, whether it's hotels or Kayak or condos or getaways or Priceline, Expedia, when you're searching, you're going to find almost the exact same price on almost every single one of the websites. Why? Because that industry is regulated. That public market is regulated, that they can't have that much differentiation between prices. So a leisure life is the private market. So this is how our referral model, or how we're changing and transferring the industry of travel, is from the private market from the public market, where now private market has less governed industries, which means we now can market to our members the lowest price possible. We don't have to mark up the price because of the regulations, and we don't have to match what other conglomerates are doing in that regulated industry, which means that more suppliers, more inventory will be on our side, on our websites to our members than on the public market. Why? Because they don't want their deals and discounts available to the public market, because these conglomerates and hotel chains like Marriott and Hilton and Fairfield, they choose to deal with these private sectors. That means that there's exclusive deals and exclusive discounts, and in the private sector, we don't have to mark it up to make a profit. I mean, think about why these companies are so big and so huge. It's because they make the profit when somebody books from their website. So the benefit of dealing with the private market is really, we're changing travel. We're redirecting how people look at vacations. We're reinventing vacations. We're making memories that matter. So let me give you an example of the difference between the public sector and the public market versus the private market, and how this benefits you in this referral business, this referral model. Okay? You look at the same exact resort on Expedia, the same exact resort on Kayak or Priceline, and you see the same dates. They're trying to mark it up and say, oh, well, this is a $200 per night, but we'll give it to you for $150 or $140. And this is what the average person online is paying for this room. So this is what you'll get if you book it through us. And they make it sound like this is what you're getting a deal. When in reality, you could go to any website and get that same exact price. Why? It's the public market. It's regulated. It's public, right? So the private market is the true wholesale market. And this is how this works. That exact same beachfront property is for $50 a night, through our private access, members only membership of a Leisure Life. It's the exact same property. The difference is you're paying either retail or you're paying wholesale. You're either paying and the middleman and the markup and all these other companies and people get a cut, or you're getting the direct wholesale. I mean, that'd be like buying directly from a manufacturer, but you're getting what the lowest available room and rate would be. Let me give you some examples of deals that just aren't available to in the public market, that are exclusive type scenarios for our members only. What about taking the family down to Cabo San Lucas, right there on the Sea Cortez? I mean, you've got the big arch, and take the whole family on a 1-bedroom condo or a 2-bedroom studio condo, or 2-bedroom condo or a studio or a suite for $155 for the full week. Not per person, not per night, not per individual, for the whole week for that condo. What about taking the family to Mazatlan or Cancun? What about taking the family to British Columbia or Vancouver, or take them up on the coast? What about taking them to Las Vegas, or going to the Nevada or Park City and skiing at some of these resorts, for skiing, or in the mountain areas? I mean, you can go all over the place, and these are some amazing deals that if you searched for these same types of scenarios and these same types of resorts in the public sector, they just won't be available. Flat out, they just wouldn't be available. So how does this all work for you? Okay, how are we changing travel? We're changing travel by reinventing the way that people look at vacations through the similar referral model as Netflix used to put Blockbuster out of business, as Uber used to put taxi cab companies out of business, as DirecTV and Sprint are using to maximize their customer potential. So this is how this works. It's simply start, share, and teach. When you start for a Leisure Life, you become a Premier Plus affiliate. What that means is you're using our membership, you're getting deals, you're getting discounts, you're able to shop and get, wholesale pricing on things like handbags and merchandise and clothing and other apparel. Plus, you're getting 2 vacation vouchers included in that package that you chose to start. Okay? You get a pick on where you go with those, and that's just something that we included into that. Now, share is step number 2. When you share this, you simply refer people just like you would, a great deal at a restaurant, or just like you would from a movie. By referring this to people, now you refer this and you'll make $110 for every individual you'd referred. And if you did that in a 30-day window, that's a $170 additional bonus for a $500 bonus to simply refer this to a handful of friends. You can refer this via our mobile app and our platform marketing system, where you can text some people some videos, and you'll get a text alert or an email alert when they open it and they watch it. You can send them some documents or some brochures. You could even send them a recording of this video. Okay, and you'll make a bonus every time you do that, and every time you refer some individuals. It's fantastic. And step number 3 is simply teach. Teach people that you've referred to start, to share, and to teach as well. And once you've taught 3 people to make a $500 bonus, or refer this to 3 people, you now qualify for what's called a monthly bonus, or residual bonus of a U33. Refer this to 3 people, help them refer this to 3 people, and you'll have an ongoing residual bonus of $600 every single month. Now imagine, as you refer this with more people and they refer it with more people, eventually you've referred it to 3 different people that have gone out and become a U33 themselves, and now you'll have a residual bonus of $1,350 when you hit the qualification rank of 5K. Imagine being able to have a 10K business and $2,100 a month in residual business as you refer it to others, and over time they refer it to others, and over time they refer it to others. And what are all these people doing? 3 simple things. They're starting, they're simply using the membership, they're sharing and simply referring this to other people, and they're teaching others to do the same. And imagine being able to generate $5,000 a month, or $10,000 a month, or even $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000, or $50,000 a month or more. Imagine what you would do if you now generated more time in your life. What would you do if this type of money was coming in on a monthly basis on a residual basis. And you now have more time to see the world, to sightsee, to spend time with family, to pay off bills. You now have the money to go travel, to get out of debt, to do the things that you'd want to do, to enjoy the time and the money. That's what a leisure life is all about. It's about creating the lifestyle that we all want and deserve. When I got started at 21 years old, I simply started. I plugged into a leadership system, a mentor system. I had coaches and mentors that taught me how to do this. And it wasn't long before I started generating income checks in my 20s and 30s into bonuses in excess of $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in a given month. My wife and I have traveled the world. We've been able to train and coach on almost every single continent that's out there. We've had organizations in over 12 major countries across the globe. This business is absolutely amazing when you follow a training system like what we've put together in the All 7 system. Our marketing platform, our training, our duplication platform, it's all put into one simple, easy understanding place for you to build a business with. I want to thank you for taking the time to reviewing this webinar tonight. We have trainings and all kinds of stuff to help you to dive into this. But success is a choice. Success is a decision. It all starts with you making the choice and you making the decision to take a deeper look at a leisure life. The closer you look, the better we appear. If it doesn't appear that way, then simply don't do it. But thank you so much for your time and attention tonight. This webinar is officially over. Have a great night, everybody.